Hi guys, Billy back, and this time we're going to be looking at the ZD Toys Thor Ragnarok Hulk. Now this is an officially licensed figure from China, and I didn't even know this thing existed, and then I saw it it popped up on AliExpress, and I was like, I don't ever remember seeing that before. So I have a funny feeling, despite the fact that the film came out a good few years ago, this seems to be a semi-recent release. I can't guarantee that, but it does seem to be. And as you can see, it's got the official Disney license logo on there. Here's the figure. You can see he's got a helmet and he's got some weapons. It seems quite a simple box. Everything's open front. This looks like something that you would buy in a store where they're advertising the figure quite clearly. And on the packaging, you can see the Thor Ragnarok logo. It's got that sort of pop art aesthetic that the branding for the film had. You've got a picture of Thor. You've got Hulk there looking awesome. I don't think this thing's going to get into a pose like that anyway. Got the Avengers logo down there. On one side, again, you've got Thor looking like a complete badass. Really enjoyed that film. It's so good. And then on the back, we've got some other great artwork looking like they're about to go to town on each other. And you've got all the usual Chinese licenses and brandings and blurbs and warnings and all that sort of stuff, and it says collection them all. Yes, collection them all. I love how the Chinese use English. It's always good for a laugh. Then you've got Hulk artwork on that side again, Thor Ragnarok logo on the bottom, and then some more branding up the top. This doesn't feel like a premium collectible. This does feel like the cardboard is quite thin. It's quite simple. It is sturdy. There is some sort of good protection in there. But honestly, so far, I'm getting toy shop vibes, you know, for kids and things like that. I don't think this is aimed squarely at the adult collectors. I think only the Iron Man range, the Marks 1 to 7 that they've released recently, seem to be aiming at the adult collector. The rest of their stuff is well and truly usually fixed within the kid range. Okay, let's pop this thing open and actually have a look at it outside of the box. Okay, here he is straight out of the box, and you can see he does stand pretty well by himself. It's not too bad. He has very flat feet, which is good for when you want to stand him on a shelf. He is, however, quite thick, quite like a big chunk of plastic. There isn't a lot of hollowness in him, which gives him a bit of weight, which is good. However, I will say the articulation is already lacking. You can tell from the arms and the legs that this guy isn't going to move a heck of a lot. But let's go in and have a look at the paintwork, and we can see that they've put some nice transfers on here for the actual body paint, and it looks pretty good. It's very clean. Same on the face. It's not too splodgy or messy, and the eyes look pretty good. It is, however, incredibly glossy. You can see the armor here. This shoulder armor is very soft and rubbery, so it can be moved around. You can see all the details in the armor down here. Looks okay, but they've obviously softened up all the spikes so they're a bit more rounder rather than spiky. But they've even put in the wraps around the arms, the details with the blue wraps, and the purple wraps are in there. We can see this sort of rubbery skirt he's got on here. Does seem to have quite a lot of detail in it, considering it is just like a simple plastic toy for kids. And again, all the way around the back, you can see they've got all the details in there. Paintwork on the sandals looks okay. It's not too bad. Okay, let's have a look at some articulation. You can turn his head left and right, but not up and down. It's pretty much fixed on a big ball on there. The arms don't come out. There's no joint there, but they do come forward and back all the way around. The single jointed arm goes up less than 90 degrees, which is a shame. There is no movement in the wrists. It is literally just two gripping hands. There is waist swivel, but that's about it. There's no ab crunch or anything like that. The legs can go up quite high. There is a single jointed knee, but they can bend down about that much. And there is no ankle pivot or anything like that. The feet are locked in place, which again obviously proves that this was definitely designed for the children toy market, not the adult toy market. However, he does actually come with some accessories. He comes with this helmet here. It looks pretty good. Quite like that. And it also helps with the actual size of the figure, because when you put it on, he's got quite a small head, but when you put the mask on, it kind of fills out that head sculpt a little bit more and gives him not only a little bit more height, but a bit more presence. And it fits on quite nicely. If you wanted to, you could probably reshape this, warm it up a little bit and then squish it down, and that will actually bring it closer to the face a little bit. Seems to work okay, and it's actually quite effective. Looking at his accessories, he does come with the hammer, but it does feel a little bit undersized for this figure. It does look a little bit puny, but it's got sort of like rubberiness to it. It's not great, and it feels very Marvel Legends like in that respect. Same with this axe, although the axe is the wrong shape. It should be a lot more rounder, but it's not that big a deal. Again, it's got that flex in it, but there are some nice details in the axe just up here to make it look like the axe from the film. And here he is just holding the weapons. They look okay, but again, they have that little bit of flex in them that make them look a little bit rubbery. But yeah, it looks okay. I mean, it might work as a background character for some of your collections, but what we'll do now is we'll pull out a couple of other Ragnarok Hulks and see what he looks like compared to them. Okay, and here he is next to the Mezco Ragnarok Hulk and next to the SH Figure Arts Hulk. And you can definitely tell there is a difference in scale. This guy is quite undersized, especially if you're considering him for like 1/12 scale collection, you know, in the background of maybe your Marvel Legends and things like that. But what I can do now is I can pull out a few of the Marvel Legends Ragnarok line and see what he looks like standing next to those. Okay, and here he is next to a selection of Marvel Legends from the Ragnarok line. And as you can see, yeah, he's a little bit undersized even for your Marvel Legends. So you were thinking about having this guy replace the original Marvel Legends Hulk in your collection, or you know, maybe you missed out on it. Sadly, this guy isn't going to fill the gap, I'm afraid. It's a fairly nicely painted but very low articulated figure, meaning it won't work for the majority of adult collections out there. This is definitely fixed in the children's toys section, and it will be a great little figure for your kids, but definitely not something an adult collector would be interested in. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. If you do me a favour now, if you get the frick out of my cave. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. It doesn't fit in my collection. Bye bye.